Hi friends, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. In this video, we will learn about the another new built-in component, that is transition group. So what is the use of this transition group? The transition group helps to make the animation for the list of items. Up to now, we have seen the transition, which you will be able to see that we are only applying the transition or animation for a single element. So if you are having a list of data or a multiple elements means, then how we can apply the animation? So that is using the transition group. So the transition groups has all the things. So like just like all the properties which are there for the transition, all the properties like name and all those things. So it is a built-in component designed for animating the insertion or removal and order change of elements or components that are rendered in a list. So as I already told you, the transition group supports the same props, the CSS transition classes, JavaScript hook listeners. Those are all the things which we have seen it. Those are all the things which it will be there. But the transition mode is not available. Mode out in and all those things. And also elements inside are always required to have a unique key attribute. So that is also one of the important thing. So CSS transition classes will be applied to individual elements in the list and not to the container. So that is one thing we need to understand. So let's try to have a simple example on this one. Here I am creating a new file, transition list.vue file. And let's go to the app.vue, and here I will be having transition list. And we need to import this transition list. Import transition list from view. Hey, what has happened? Yeah, import transition list from transition list.vue. Yeah, so we have did one step, transition list, and let's go to the transition list, and we need to have a template. Okay, so we will have one div, and here we will be having UL. So we need to render the items, right? We have a script setup, and in this one list data. So we'll be having a list data which is an array of 1 2 3 4 5. So I am having some random values as an array, and here let's loop over this array. Li v-hyphen for list in list data, and here I can have this list, and we need to have a unique key, right? So must and should we need to have a unique key, and I can have this one. Let's see the output, how it will look like. If you go here and if I refresh this page, script is required or something it is saying, script setup and all those things. Let's remove this one and we'll run it again. We will rerun it again. Let's see, yeah, hopefully it will be working fine. Yeah, we are able to see the list of items. So now we need to, and now I need to add a button so that whenever we are clicking on the button, it should add a new element. So that means here I can have a div or otherwise button, but add. And when I click on this one, we need to add the button, add the number on add. And here I can have, we can also make this one as a ref. Why? Because this one is reactive, right? So we need to have a ref. And we can have constant on add is equal to, so here we'll be having, so first we need to add an item. First let's try to get the number. Math.floor I can use like this, and math.random, and I will do it to 100 so that I can get a number between 0 to 100. And now what I will try to do, let's take the index. So I need to insert in the middle or somewhere like that, not at the end or starting. Math.floor of math.random, and I will do list data dot value dot length. I will do it like this. That's it. Now what I will do is I need to insert it into the list data. So list data dot value dot splice. I will be pushing into the splice index comma 0, and I need to push the number. Okay, I can use it like this. That's it. Let's see whether we are able to push it or not. So I'm refreshing this page. Click here. See, it is inserting in the middle somewhere. So we are able to insert the item successfully. Now we are having another one, remove. When I click on this one, I need to remove it. So click is equal to on remove, and we need to get the index, right? So we will get the index of this one on remove of index. So where we can get this index? So here we can have this index. So list comma index. That's it. So on remove of index. Now let's go here. Constant on remove is equal to, and here we will be having this index. We got the index, and what we can do here, simply we can remove list data dot value dot splice of index comma 1. That's it. I hope that this could be removed. I think let's go here, and I will try to add some items, and I will click here. See, this one is getting removed. Now the items we are able to add it and remove it. What we need to do is the next step. So we need to do the animation for this one. So here we are having the list of items li, and we need to do the animation. For this one, what we need to do? We need to keep transition group, not the transition. We need to keep the transition group. And for this transition group, what we need to do? We need to write the name. So here you can have the name list. I will keep the list. So let's go to the style. And here in this style, I have a scoped thing. And here list hyphen enter hyphen from. So here I can do opacity of 0. And we can have this list hyphen leave hyphen 2. Okay. And the other one is dot list hyphen enter hyphen active. And also we can have dot list hyphen enter leave hyphen active. So then we need to have transition all 1 second or something, whatever the thing you want, you can keep it. That's it. Now if I see the output, so whenever I am trying to add it, so here we are able to get this one fade effect. So here if I am trying to remove, so we are able to apply the fade effect. But the one thing what we are trying to have is, so we are able to see the jerkness. So the items which are below the removing item, so we are able to see that what it is happening. So we are getting some jerk effect, right? So we need to the elements which are at the bottom, so needs to slowly move up instead of having that jerkiness effect. So what can I do is, so we have a special class applied in this one transition group, that is list hyphen move. Okay, list hyphen move. So this class will be applied when an animation is occurring. So this class will be applied. For example, if I am trying to remove this one item, so all the elements which are below this one, so you will be having list hyphen move class appended to these 3 items, below 3 items. For example, if I am clicking on the 10th one, so 95 element will be it will get attached the list hyphen move class. So now the list hyphen move, what we can do is, so we can add an animation here. So what I can do, transition, I can do the transition all, and you can do the same 1 second effect. Same thing. Now if you see the output, so here when I click on this one, see, I'm able to see the transition effect. Why? Because the elements which are trying to get added, so they are the item elements which are below the adding element. So those all the elements will have the list hyphen move class appended. So then when this one is jerking off, so the transition will be applied. So when I am trying to remove, so now this jerkiness is happening here. So what we need to do? So list hyphen move is not applying. So what it is happening here is, the list hyphen move is applying the elements which are below the 76 number. So the elements we are getting the list hyphen move. But you need to observe that, so when the animation is occurring, so this list hyphen move class will be applied. When the animation is completed, list hyphen move class will be removed automatically. And another thing what you need to do, so when an animation is occurring, it will occupy the place. Okay, it will occupy the place like that only. And when the animation is completed, it will be completely removed from there. Then this list hyphen move class also will be removed, right? So that is the reason it is moving directly up. So instead of that one, what we need to do is, when it is removing, so we need to make this one as a position absolute. So if you make this one as a position absolute, this will be removed from the space here. Automatically that list hyphen move class will be there. So this will be transition top. So what we need to do here, so when this one is leaving, so that means dot list hyphen leave hyphen active. So when the animation is occurring, So we need to make that element of that particular element as position absolute. So that means we are removing it from the DOM, not DOM, from that layout. Now if you see the output, now if I click on add something like that, so we are able to get this effect because of the list-move. And now we are, when I click on the 58 element, the items which are below this one, all 2, 3, 91, list-move class will be applied. So when this animation is occurring, so I have made it position absolute, right? So this will be moved out of this one. Automatically list-move class is there. Automatically this will transition slowly, it will go top. So if I click here, see, like this it will happen. So this is what I am trying to explain you. This is all about the transition group. So the transition group, why will we use? We will be using this transition group for the list of items. So to make the animation like this. Hope you understood about this one. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.